I'm really interested in mosaic burning. I like to call it mosaic burning for the simple reason in 2019 this total 100 acres burnt. I was devastated. It was actually horrific, and I thought, I don't want this to happen again. So I started reading about cool cultural, I like to call it mosaic burning, and I was very fortunate to meet Kath and Craig, who have been doing burning for quite a while. Craig's a fire practitioner taught by Victor Stephenson, and we've been doing this now for 2 years. And the whole idea is to try and protect this land from future fires, or the intensity of future fires. This land was just burnt 5 minutes ago, and as you can see, I've just got ordinary shoes, and it's totally okay to walk through here because it's a cool burn. It's not a hot burn, and we don't want hot burns. We just want cool burns, and it's just going through nice and gently through the bush now. I'm here today with Craig Little and some other colleagues, and the reason why I like working with Craig is because he's First Nations, I'm not, and I'm a great believer now in reconciliation and collaboration. And I just like doing things together because I think it's so important for the future of farming and land management in the Clarence, if not Australia. As you can see, we're actually making, in a way, a bit of a fire break. We're doing the edge. We started off down there, the fire's moving in, but we're doing a bit of an edge. And it's a bit like a fire break. And as you can see, we've also got a natural fire break in here. A lot of tracks have been slashed as another form of a fire break.
Cool burning can be used for weed control. So in this case, there's a lantana here, which can be hand pulled or it can be sprayed, but it can also have cool fire applied to it. And it works really well because it doesn't shock the plant into shutting down, but rather it just causes all the leaves to wilt, and the plant then slowly dies off rather than just being shocked, and then it encourages it to reshoot. So it can be a really effective way of dealing with weeds such as lantana.
I'm here today burning on Barbara Linley's property. She asked me to come in and do a bit of hill burning, so that's what I've done. Then I've been teaching Barbara about the principles of fire, such as just coming into sort of a test patch, just light one ignition point, let it burn for 20 minutes or so all the animals know that it's happening. I understand by the person that taught me that Aboriginal people's job is to maintain the country with fire, to maintain the Creator's creation, and that is by fire.
We're actually having a look at the vegetation post-fire, and this was only burnt a few hours ago. And if you notice, look at this, lamandra. This actually is emu food, one thing, and it hasn't been burnt. Whereas a lot of these other things have been burnt. Things that aren't supposed to be here are burnt, but things who are supposed to be left here are fine. I'm just actually having a bit of a chat with Kath because this is our last burn for the season. It's the 28th of July. We'd actually finished a month earlier last year, but this is our second burn and the conditions are changing. It's getting hotter, so we don't want hot burns, we just want cool burns. And the other thing I'd like to say, over the last few weeks, we had quite a lot of people from the area and from, well, Mulhane, Grafton, whatever, come and just see what's been going on. And we're going to be looking at definitely doing this again next year. What have I learnt? Kat's just asked, what have I learnt? I have learnt just so much. But I think the best thing is showing people, and really showing people that it's a cool burn and it's safe. And there are some people who have come here who've actually been really scared of fire, and they just can't get over it. And they say, my goodness. And they say it's just so calming. And that's calming and restful, and it's just relaxing, and they can see what it does, and it's great. They can understand about the soil, about the trees, about the insects, about the humidity, about the wind, the sun. There's probably lots of other things too, but I can't remember at this moment.
As Barbara mentioned, we've come to the end of our winter burning. I just want to talk about how we affect the landscape. So everybody today affects the landscape. So farmers are grazing, they've got all grass. You've got cane farmers with all their cane. You're living in town, you mow your lawns and all that stuff around that. We all need to start looking towards the First Nations people and learning off them how to manage that land where we can manage it, and that's by cool burns and understanding our landscape that we're actually in, so we can effectively manage that. If we all work together, we can manage the landscape much better. Even if all the First Nations people were burning, there's probably not enough people to actually do as much burning as required. Here on Barbara's place, as you can see, we burnt all this out, which is going to reduce the impact of the wrong fire at the wrong time. If the fire was to come through here, especially over from that direction, it's going to stop where all our burnt bits are. So I've heard a lot about people talking about resilience. There's a lot of different meanings for that. I think there's a lot of different ways of looking at resilience, and I believe this is one of them. So now hopefully next winter we're just going to, over the summer, we're going to get that grass that comes back. We're really aiming just to get the grass back, because that's how we manage the land. That's the stuff we put the cool burn through. That's the that releases that smoke from the grass that goes up in to the atmosphere past the trees, that the trees take in that smoke, goes up into the atmosphere and affects that atmosphere as well, and also encourages rain. So the right burn will bring the rain, and it'll bring good rain. A couple more years of doing these cool burns, we expect there to be all grass through here that we can just come and light every winter and have that burn through at a certain pace, the pace we want it to go through. So basically training the landscape back to what it should be, where we can maintain it with those cool burns quickly and easily. And through that, you'll get more animals, should get native bees come back, they should thrive. All the animals should thrive.